Palo Alto INfocus presents 2830, Paly Publications. High School. Does the name sound familiar? You probably heard it on an INfocus broadcast, Palo Alto High School's broadcast network. Or maybe you read it in Verde, Paly's magazine. Viking, Paly's sports magazine. Agora, Paly's foreign policy magazine. Campanile, Paly's newspaper. Or maybe you read it online, on Voice, Paly's online publication. Regardless, as you probably already inferred from the long list, Palo Alto High School is home to several journalism publications, each one differing from one another, unique to our campus. Having so many publications can get a little confusing. Too many names to keep track of. Madrono, ring a bell? If it doesn't, don't worry. Several Paly students had no answer when they were asked, what is the Madrono?
What is a Madrono?
I have no clue.
A what?
A Madrono.
I don't know. A what?
I have no idea.
Do you know what a Madrono is?
No.
A Madrono? I do not know.
I don't know.
A Madrono?
You're in Madrono?
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I don't know. It sounds like something from Harry Potter, maybe like a cape or something.
What do you think it could be?
Like an alien spaceship.
Like a Superman figure. Superhero?
Isn't it a tree?
Some kind of monster. Big guy. Something big.
A Madrono.
A Madrono?
Yeah.
A bird?
Hey Paly, as many of you saw, no one quite knows what a Madrono really is. INfocus investigated this, and this is what we found.
Yearbook, you know how like every publication has a name? So there's Campy, which is the newspaper, and so Yearbook is called Madrono. That's all I know about it.
There are many sections. I think there's 8 or something, you know, athletics, student life, that kind of thing. And it's like each section is due about every month or so. So it's not like we work on it the whole year and send it into the publishing company at the end of the year. We actually have to send it out throughout the year. So that's why, you know, we have to do certain things before certain times. Like, you know, senior portraits were all due before December, so we had to get them in.
The program overview is we are the ones who produce the annual Paly Yearbook, and we are excited and hopefully going to be getting lots of freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors to sign up for the program, because each group of students takes a section and decides on what kinds of surveys or pages go into those sections. They cover all the events that happen in Paly, and you can go into your table of contents. Those are the sections that we have. We need section editors for student life people, class of 2012, so we usually get a lot of seniors. Arts and academics, student organizations, which would be clubs, athletics, and then baby eds. So those are the sections of the yearbook. We require section editors for those.
We have productions on Fridays, maybe once a month or so, and we only use it if we need it. So sometimes if we finish our work throughout the week, we can just cancel production. So unlike the other publications who have like distinct publication, I guess, deadlines and production weeks, we just do it based on what we need.
We work from predominantly September through March. Once March rolls around, we have our last proofs, and then in April and May, it's really pretty easy months while everybody's doing their finals. Yearbook is a very easy class because we're setting up the yearbook for next year.
No one considers Madrona a publication.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of get left out sometimes, but it's okay.
So that's what a Madrona is. I'll definitely enjoy reading the yearbook at the end of the year. For INfocus, I'm Noam Hurwitz.
Agora, our foreign policy magazine, is another publication that is not well known around campus. Thus, Walker, Alec, and Quinn went out to investigate more about it. Take a look.
Yes,
We're here with Tony Wida. Tony, how you doing?
I'm doing incredible, sir. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Do you know what the Agora magazine is here at Paly?
I've never heard of it.
What if I was to tell you? It was right here. Take a look.
The Agora magazine?
Take a look.
It's so full of useful information that I could use in my everyday life to make me understand the world better.
Hi, I'm Josh Arfin. I am one of the founders and editors-in-chief of Agora, Foreign Affairs magazine here at Paly. We've had 3 issues. The editors are myself, Ben Hawthorne, and Jessica Feinberg, and we come out with issues ranging from Syria or Israel to Uganda or the Falkland Islands. So Agora means, it's Greek for marketplace, but what it used to be known as is the place where people would go to discuss issues of politics and policy, so we decided to use the name. For our production, it's very different than other publications. We just kind of show up and work during campy or after, like an hour after school or during tutorial, just to kind of get it done. We don't go as quickly. We only have 3 or 4 people working on design, but we kind of go through it just in a little bit of time a day for a little while. So far, we've been funded by ASB, but we are now trying to get a grant from PTSA, which will hopefully go through this week so we can print our next issue. Because we didn't have a lot of money, we've been only printing 200 copies an issue, and we are trying to get that all the way up to 1,000 for this next issue if we get the funding. We are with Mr. Yonkers. He teaches the foreign policy class, and he helped start the club last year with a couple of graduates, Nassim Fidel and Greg Dunn, and we've continued that the club into the magazine.
Along with new publications, Paly is also home to several veteran publications that have been a tradition to Paly. The Campanile, our newspaper, is one of them. Take a look.
My name is Charlie Dulick. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Campanile, and I've been on for about 2.5 years now. I joined as a second semester sophomore. Campy's been a great experience. It's been really fun to be able to work on my skills, produce a product, but still be a part of a more intense journalism community.
My name's Nira Krasno. I've been on the Campanile since a junior, so almost 2 years. Last year I was a staff writer, but now I'm an editor. It's a lot of work, writing stories, editing stories, running class, but it's really fun and it's really incredible to see the final product after it's all printed and beautiful.
Campanile was a great organization that taught a lot of kids how to be critical thinkers and journalists. I was an editor. It was great. I felt like it was amazing that an organization could be run by students. I mean, Waj makes it happen, but she lets you think that you're making it happen. And absolutely it's changed because it's a pretty cutting edge technology organization, and that the tools that people use to publish the student publication are the cream of the crop of the time.
I'm Sophie Parker, and I'm the sports section editor on Campy this year. I've been on it for 2 years, and it's been really amazing. My first year, I was just getting used to the whole program and how everything works, and then by the end of the year, I knew how it went down, and I was able to really participate and help lead. And then this year, I am in charge, or helping to be in charge of the sports section with Logan Mendenhall.
I'm Logan Mendenhall. I am the sports editor of the Campanile. Being on the Campanile for the past couple of years has been a great experience for me. It's really taught me how to write really good stories and how to cover sports pretty well. Sophie's been great because she offers a different perspective on a lot of sports, especially like cheer and dance, because I don't really know too much about that.
Yeah, we worked really well together. I think that we have a balance of fun and serious, and people enjoy working with us in the sports section.
With the advancement of technology and social media in the last century, Paly has made sure to be able to reach audiences in all sorts of mediums, online being one of them. With our online publication Voice, audiences are able to be up to date on current news at the tip of their fingers, either on their phone or computers.
Hi, so I am Haylin Cho, and I am an editor-in-chief of the Paly Voice. The Paly Voice is the online publication, or now I guess one of the online publications for Paly. So we're the only publication that's solely online. So basically what we do is we publish all of our stories, articles, multimedia slideshows, and we put it on palyvoice.com. So we have archives of the different Paly publications. Now I think most of the publications are moving off of our website, so we're trying to, like, I guess, find our own little niche on the Paly publications, like, spectrum. We've discussed this, like, among the 4 editor-in-chiefs, the co-editor-in-chiefs, so like me, Grant Raffle, Juliana Moreslu, and Aaron Chum. And we all had kind of different ideas of what we wanted the Voice to become. So like some of us were seeing like kind of an aggregation model, and others wanted to just, I guess, emphasize speed as our main like advantage and just kind of press at it. Right now we're kind of leaving the ultimate decision to next year's leadership staff because we're in the process. We just started the process of new editor selections, so we're just kind of transitioning. I don't know. I feel like the Voice, like the staff has changed a lot since I've joined, because I joined my sophomore year, so it was a while back. But I think we have like a reputation on the Paly campus for kind of being like a very less, I guess, group oriented and more like individual working, I guess. I'm not sure like that's kind of evolving this year, because we've been like kind of promoting a lot more group activities and writing stories together, and like we went to the ONA convention in San Francisco earlier this year. But we're kind of a more, I guess, like individualistic staff. Like a lot of our reporters, like they find the story ideas on their own and they write it on their own, and then it goes through an editing process and it's published under their name. And I guess I'd say, I'm sure like a lot of the other publications will say this too, but the Voice, like staff members have a lot of initiative. A lot of what they do is based on their own. Like us, the editors, we're not going to come hunt you down and be like, you have this story requirement.
Being in Paly Voice is fun because we have a lot of freedom to write whatever we want, and there's a lot of fun people in it, and Mr. Kendall is cool.
Well, obviously, like Paly journalism is going to be like different from what journalists, like student journalists across the nation see, because we have like one of the biggest journalism programs like in the nation. I think because we have such a large program, for us it's kind of about integrating all of the different publications, making sure like that each individual publication, I feel like, fits into like a different part of like Paly culture. Each of the publications have their own like audience, and everything just fits nicely into a balance. I'm not sure if it's going to stay that way, because like obviously things are always pushing forward and things are always changing, but that's just kind of how I see it right now.
Focusing on all sides of various news stories is the goal of Verde, Paly's magazine. The editors explain the publication schedules and system to publish the magazine. Here is Verde for you.
We write a large variety of stories, but we try to focus on long, in-depth feature stories.
We do a lot more culture features, I think, than the other publications do.
Verde is focused more on longer features, and that's something that the other publications don't do as much.
So for example, we'll use a lot of narrative journalism, which is a type of journalism where you mix like conventional reporting with kind of, it's more like the style of fiction or the style of a novel while it's still all reporting on fact. However, that isn't the only thing we write. We also do culture pieces, opinions, etc. We kind of model ourselves to see like what type of stories we'll be writing. You could look at Time magazine. That's probably our most direct model for Verde.
We come out 6 times a year, which is it's about every 5 weeks, and production week is 5 days. We have 3 days until 6 and then 2 days until 9.
I think our publication is different because we have 5 weeks to work on our production cycle. That means that they have a lot of time to do really in-depth reporting, get all the interviews, look at all the angles, and that means that while like other stories might write on the news like earlier, so you'd hear about this, you'd hear the news earlier. With Verde, you'll be hearing all the sides of the story, and it's more complex and in-depth.
We generally produce culture features oriented around both Paly and the greater Bay Area communities. So sometimes we do stories that are set in San Francisco or sometimes even Berkeley, but generally, around the Bay Area.
We also are more of the creative publication. We have our own artists. We do a lot of artwork with our articles.
Our staff actually works together really well because we have productions and they're after school and they're for a long time, and we also have dinner. They kind of have like, for the first production cycle, they're kind of rough and interacting with each other, but after the production cycle, like since they've spent so much time together, we really get along.
Our staff is really close. We have less than 30 people, which makes it really nice, and we all know each other very well, and we all get along really well.
We're kind of like a huge family.
Any sports fans out there? Palo Alto High School's sports have opened endless doors of opportunities for many students. From winning 2 volleyball state titles and a football championship in my 4 years here at Paly, our sports magazine, Viking, has been with us along the way.
I've loved sports my entire life.
Sports has always just been a really big part of my life.
I've always loved sports.
Yeah, my passion for sports really got me involved, and it's kind of the thing that's kept me motivated throughout this process.
We were the first sports magazine, all high school sports magazine in the country. We were the first all high school sports website, and just to be part of something that's like kind of on the cutting edge of groundbreaking work has just been, it's been a pretty amazing experience.
The Viking offered a really great way to connect to the Paly community.
We have a website, 24/7 website, so just like The Voice does, but we're also a print product, right? So we have, we come out 6 times a year, so like the Campanile does, even though they come out a little more frequently. So it's kind of a combination of everything. We have some video stuff as well, so you can kind of take the INfocus aspect, incorporate it in there as well, and yeah, it's just pretty cool. Just a neat combination of all that.
I think watching a game from the stands is a lot different from watching a game on the field with your notebook or recorder or whatever, because when we won state, when our football team won state and our volleyball, when our football team won state in 2010, it was really cool to just be able to be there from the very first game of the season, be sidelined and kind of see all the players and watch them throughout the season kind of progress as players and just watch the team, how they bonded and acted when they're not on the field as well. And it just it gave me a new perspective, and that was it was pretty cool to see where they started at the beginning of the season and then all the way to their state title.
I really love how I've met people I probably wouldn't have otherwise met, like in different grades as well, and different just kind of groups. And I also love that we're kind of like a sports team, but not with an actual sport involved. So we're all athletes, which kind of gives us a feel like we're a team and we're working with sports, but we're doing something completely different in journalism and writing, and it's really interesting and fun.
Viking bonds by, working together on stories, and we have production, which is, not something that all publications at Paly have. So it's a time where after school we're all, working together in the lab to complete something, a product that we have to work together to complete. So we, work through all the challenges to, succeed in that respect.
So I think we can be very laid back at sometimes, and people kind of get this image that like they're just a bunch of athletes or something like that. They don't really, they're kind of lazy. But then when things need to get done, you'll walk into our classroom or you'll walk into the lab and you'll see that everybody's on their game, getting stuff done. And we like to have fun, but also do great work.
Viking Spirit is very fun and energetic. We're all athletes, and that brings a certain feel to the entire publication.
Publications are mediums in which individuals can express their opinions and concerns. Here at Paly, we are very lucky to have many opportunities to choose from. Thank you for watching our third 2012-2013 2830. For INfocus, I'm Alexi Garcia.